Welcome to Stoic Psyche Wisdom. In this video, we're diving deep into something that most people don't even realize is happening to them. 4 powerful signs that you're being protected by a higher force, by life itself, through the lens of ancient Stoic wisdom. These signs are not about magic or mysticism. They're about clarity, detachment, and the discipline of inner strength. They're reminders that some losses are hidden victories, some rejections are unseen blessings, and some delays are divine redirections. Stay with us until the end, because these 4 signs may explain everything you've been silently enduring. Sign 1. When everything you chase slips away. There comes a time in every person's life when the very things they held on to with all their strength, people, opportunities, dreams, suddenly vanish. No warning, no explanation, no closure. Just silence, just a void. To the untrained mind, this feels like punishment, but to the Stoic, it is a signal, a divine rerouting. You wanted that relationship to survive. You poured time, love, and loyalty into it, but it collapsed. You prayed for that opportunity. You chased it for years. Then suddenly, it slipped through your hands. This is not loss. This is protection. Seneca said, "A setback has often cleared the way for greater fortune. Many things have fallen only to rise to more exalted heights." Stoicism teaches us that what looks like destruction is often preparation. What appears as rejection is often preservation. That which vanishes may have poisoned our peace had it stayed. You weren't rejected. You were rerouted, redirected away from chaos, pointed towards solitude, introspection, and self-mastery. To others, it looks like you're losing. But those who understand the weight of false success know you're being refined. You are not falling apart. You are falling into place. Sign 2. When you stop reacting and start observing, there is a moment, almost imperceptible, when you're trembling and begins watching. When instead of reacting in anger, you respond with understanding. That's the moment you become dangerous, not to others, but to everything trying to disturb your peace. A powerful shift begins when you no longer feel the need to prove anything to anyone. No more arguments, no more chasing validation, no more explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. Epictetus wrote, "When someone irritates you, it is not their actions that disturb you, but your judgment about them, and it is in your power to change this judgment." This is protection of the highest form, self-mastery. When you become the observer, the world loses its grip on your emotions. Insults don't sting. Manipulations don't sway. You recognize the game, but you refuse to play. True invincibility is not in being untouched, but in being unfazed. You are protected the moment your peace can no longer be stolen by chaos. The storm around you may rage louder. Calm. That calm is your fortress. Sign 3. When you're forced to walk alone, yet feel no fear. Suddenly, the crowd disappears. Friends distance themselves. Opportunities dry up. Doors you used to walk through without hesitation suddenly slam shut. To most, this looks like abandonment. But those walking the Stoic path see something else entirely. We see purification. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." When you're stripped of distractions, validation, and external support, you're given a rare opportunity to meet the only ally who truly matters, yourself. This isolation isn't punishment, it's sacred. In solitude, you begin to hear what the noise buried. You begin to remember what matters. You begin to transform. Walking alone without fear means you've discovered a presence within that no crowd can replace. This is not loneliness. This is alignment. You are being protected from, be introduced to your soul. And once that connection is made, you become unshakable. Sign 4. When you lose what you thought you couldn't live without, and feel relief. We hold on tightly to what we think defines us. The relationship that made us feel alive. The job that validated our worth. The dream that carried our identity. And when those things are taken from us, it feels like death. But then something shifts. After the grief, after the storm, comes something you didn't expect. Relief. A quiet peace. You realize you can breathe again. You realize you can sleep again. You realize that what you lost was a weight, not a wing. Seneca wrote, "He who is brave is free." And true bravery, it's the courage to release what you've outgrown, even when your hands are bleeding from holding on too long. When you lose something you begged to keep and feel lighter, that's not loss, that's deliverance. It is protection from a life that was silently suffocating you. The higher power, be it divine wisdom, fate, or simply the natural correction of the universe, saw the storm you were blind to and intervened. That's not just grace. That's guardianship. Outro. If any of this resonated with you, if you recognized yourself in these quiet moments of loss, solitude, clarity, or peace, know this: you are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are being guided. Sometimes protection shows up in ways that don't look like blessings until years later. Sometimes being saved feels like being stripped bare. But when all is gone and all is quiet, the strongest part of you speaks. Stay on the path. Build your inner citadel. Keep walking, even when it feels like no one sees you, because someone does, and their silence is the sound of you being shielded. Subscribe to Stoic Psyche Wisdom. Join the movement. Reclaim your calm, your clarity, your strength. Because in a world loud with weakness, we choose silence, discipline, and the storm.